Mickey Mouse tries to tell scary Halloween stories to his nephews, but can he make them spooky enough? Find out as you read along with me in your book. You will know it is time to turn the page when you hear this chilling sound. Let's begin now. It was Halloween night, and the town was alive. Mickey, Donald, their nephews, and Goofy were dressed up and excited to trick-or-treat. They got their fair share of candy and returned to Mickey's decked-out house.
Trick-or-treat, smell like me, give me something to eat.
In Mickey's living room, Goofy and Donald admired Mickey's decorations.
Whoa, Mick, you really went whole hog this Halloween.
Just you wait. I still have one more surprise in store.
Mickey turned to his nephews, who devoured their pile of candy like goblins.
Okay, Huey, Dewey, Louie, Morty, Birdie, who's ready for the perfect treat to top off this spooktacular Halloween?
What is it?
Mickey grew very serious and theatrical.
The ultimate scary story.
Yay! Scary story! Scary story! Scary story!
Goofy, Donald, and the nephews gathered around, eager to hear Mickey's story. Mickey dramatically switched off the lights, drew the curtains, and cleared the furniture.
Before we begin, it would be unkind to present this tale without just a word of friendly warning. It's one of the strangest stories ever told. It might shock you. It might even horrify you.
Mickey paused for effect.
It was a dark, stormy night. Something strange was afoot in the castle of Dr. Victor Guffenstein.
In the doctor's laboratory, Dr. Victor Guffenstein and Duckor the Hunchback created a scary monster.
It lives.
Only the monster wasn't scary at all. In fact, it had the happy head of Mickey.
Golly, I'm alive! And I'm loving it!
Mickey's nephews weren't spooked in the slightest. They wanted a truly scary story, as promised. Mickey realized he had to do better to frighten them.
Okay, you guys want a really scary story, huh? Just remember, you asked for it. Long ago, in a time of darkness.
Mickey continued to tell his audience about a great vampire hunter named Van Mousing and his trustworthy companion. The group made it inside a vampire's castle, where the vampire trapped them and attacked. Luckily, Van Mousing yanked open the curtains, allowing sunlight to burn the vampire to ashes.
The hunt is celebrated, but all was not well. For during the heat of battle, Van Mousing had been bitten. The vampire hunter became...
Vampire.
Nobody saw that coming.
We all saw it coming.
The nephews still weren't impressed by Mickey's candy corn fangs.
That wasn't scary at all.
Mickey disagreed.
You guys are not! That was super scary!
The nephews pelted Mickey with eggs and tomatoes. Feeling defeated, Mickey ran into the kitchen, looking to his friends for what to do.
Face it, Mick, you come from the happiest place on earth. You're just not capable of telling a scary story.
Mickey sank to the floor.
I guess you're right. There is no way I can tell a scary story. I better get out there and tell the boys their Halloween is ruined.
When Mickey stepped foot back into the living room, he found his nephews rampaging, demanding a scary story. He tried to calm them down.
All right, boys.
Ferdy and Louie jumped up and down on the couch, pointing at Mickey.
Can't tell a scary story! Can't tell a scary story!
The laughing and taunting continued, and Mickey just couldn't take it anymore.
So, you don't think I can tell a story that'll scare the pants off you, huh? Here we go! Once upon a time, there were 5 rotten kids.
In Mickey's latest story, the nephew characters wreaked havoc on innocent townsfolk.
And they loved to steal pie. They stole from everyone. No pie was safe. The whole town was in an uproar. But the boys were too clever to be caught.
Back in Mickey's living room, the nephews were loving the story so far. Mickey continued to tell his dark, twisted fairy tale.
Every day was the same. Nothing ever changed. Until one day, a glorious scent came into their hideout.
A purple wisp of vapor wafted under the bridge where it met the thieves. They rounded a corner and came upon an incredible pastry.
It was the most amazing pie they had ever seen. They had to have it.
The thieves' jaws dropped, and they drooled while a sweet old lady named Granny Hexoba pushed a cart with the magnificent pie.
That's some pie around there, Grandma.
Then the devilish boys stole her pie and triumphantly dashed off. The boys celebrated their heist by eating the delicious pie. They wanted more, but they didn't know where Granny lived.
Just then, the amazing pie scent returned.
The scent drew the boys into the dark woods, and they followed it until they reached Granny's cottage. They locked Granny out, and Huey formed a plan.
Those pies are here somewhere. Everybody, split up.
The aroma led them through the dark, creepy cottage. Before they knew it, they started to get picked off one by one. A painting came alive and yanked Morty inside the wall. A bookshelf swept Louie away. A dingy cellar staircase turned into a slide, sending Dewey through a trapdoor. Soon, Ferdy disappeared into a black void, leaving Huey all alone and running for his life. Huey entered the kitchen and finally found a pie. Entranced by it, he took a bite. Huey froze as Granny Hexoba entered the kitchen.
Well, well, well. Are you enjoying my pie? You really should try one fresh out the oven.
She opened the oven door to reveal pies wearing the other boys' hats. Their faces pushed through the dough, pleading and whimpering. Granny slammed the oven door shut.
Not done yet. You must have guessed my secret ingredient. Little boys? Oh, I could just pick any little boys. I pick the most snot-nosed, rotten little boys I can find. And you, Huey, are the most rotten little boy I've come across.
Granny laughed maniacally and suddenly turned into an evil witch. She grabbed her rolling pin. Huey ran for his life as she chased him through the cottage. Finally, he spotted the front door.
I'm free!
But before he could escape, Granny grabbed him and yanked him back inside the cottage.
There was no escape. We have become a next
The nephews were scared to death, and so were Goofy and Donald. Mickey watched in satisfaction as everyone around him panicked and rocketed upstairs to cower under the blanket on his bed. In the living room, he scooped up some Halloween candy and smiled.
I knew I could tell a scary story. Another Halloween successfully put to bed. You're welcome.
The doorbell rang, and Mickey went to answer it.
We're just making kids into pies. Scares them every time.
But when Mickey opened the door, he found Granny Hexaba with a pie.
Watch pie!
Mickey screamed and zipped into the bed to hide with everyone else.
And reading was the ultimate scary story, Uncle Mickey.
You want to hear another one?
No!
Good. Me neither.
Granny Hexaba stood in the doorway as Daisy appeared at her side.
What's up with Mickey?
Granny pulled off her head. It was actually just Minnie with a mask on.
I don't know. Mickey usually loves my pie.
If this video get 1 million likes, everyone's wearing a free copy of Handy Manny Tooling Around.